channel. I'm Rupali Shah, a blockchain developer and your instructor at Newton School. So, in this video, we are gonna look at how to create a transaction. Like, if you want to create a transaction on a blockchain, then how you can use a React app and MetaMask to create that transaction. So, today we will be trying to modify the data on the blockchain, and this data would be modified using a transaction only, because we all know that if you want to manipulate the data on any blockchain, then you need to generate a transaction of that particular changes. So that's the agenda of today's video, and we are gonna look at that how we could just create a transaction over Ethereum blockchain. Basically, we are on Polygon, but it is level 2 of Ethereum, so we can consider both of them as same, and both of them actually work very similar to each other. Like, not function wise, but creating an application wise, both are similar to each other. So let's get started. Let's try to create our first transaction from the React app, and for that we will be using Remix IDE and the Visual Studio Code for React applications and MetaMask. But before moving on with the video, I would like you to introduce with Newton School. Now, this is an Edtech company that helps you to become a full stack developer. And if you are someone who wants to be in the software development field and start your career in full stack application buildings, then it is a great opportunity. You can check out the first link in the description. That will surely help you to get more details on the courses we have to become a full stack developer. And the best part about our website is that we don't charge any fees in the beginning of the courses. You first take the course, you complete it, you become the developer, then only you need to pay for the courses. And the second most important thing is that we also guarantee you a placement from 5 lakhs to 40 lakhs. So it's a very cool opportunity. I think you should grab it by clicking on the a link in the description. So now let's move to the Remix ID first, and have some manipulation in the smart contract so that we could create change something on our blockchain. And then we will be moving to the React side, and we will be integrating our smart contract with the React application. So let's get started. So this was the application that we actually built in our last video, and we will be manipulating the same application. But before moving to the React side, I would like to go to the Remix IDE, and over here we will be having a function which will help us to change the data in this particular variable. So right now it is hello world, and we would like to manipulate the data. So we already know that if you want to manipulate anything on blockchain, then you need to create a transaction which will be causing some gas fees. So we will be looking into those extract, and this is the MetaMask wallet which we are gonna use, and you could see that we already have 1.48 something matic in it. So yeah, we are good to go. Let's create the function first. So this is a function, let's say set name, name in capital, and this will be taking a string, memory, and let's say this is n, and let's make this public function because we want to access this function outside our contract also from our React app. That's why we will be making this a public function. Now, after creating the function name, we will be simply saying that now name is equal to n, and that's it. Our work is done from the Solidity part. Let's just compile the contract, and we will be deploying the contract again because we have made changes in the contract, and so we need to deploy the contract again. And once you will be deploying the contract address would be changed, and since we have added a function, the ABI will also get changed. So in our React part, we need to modify these two variables also. So we have compiled, and it is successfully compiled. Okay, so now let's move to the deploy tab and let's see that how we could integrate like after deployment, how we can integrate this particular contract with React. So this is the deploy and run transaction tab. Let's move on here and let's select injected web3, our account, and the contract name that we want to deploy, and let's click on this deploy button. So once the transaction will be made, our MetaMarks would have a confirmation message that do you really want to make this transaction, and let's confirm the transaction. So after doing every step, it will take few seconds to mine our particular block, and once the block get mined, we are good to go with our smart contract. So let's say that like without React, if we want to modify the value of name, then are we able to do that? So let's set the name value as Newton instead of hello world, and let's set the name. So once we were trying to set the name, you could see that we have a contract in set name function got called, and again we need to make a transaction because we are trying to modify the data on the database, basically on the blockchain. And if you want to make any changes on the blockchain, you need to first create a transaction, and this particular step we are gonna do with the React app also. So let's confirm the transaction and let's see that what is the value of name after this transaction get confirmed on the block. So let's wait for a few seconds. I guess so. Okay, yeah, we did it, and now we could just extract the name, and it's Newton instead of hello world. So this is our new set of contract which we have created and deployed, and also tested it that okay, everything is working according to our will. Now let's copy this particular address. Let's go to the our React side, and the place where we have this contract address, instead of our old contract address, let's have the newest contract address, and let's just save our React application. Now go to the React side, and here if you would like to connect to the MetaMarks again, just do that, and here you could see that we are able to extract the new value which we just set as Newton instead of hello world. But we won't be able to use the set name function till now because we are using the old ABI. So now let's go and bring the new ABI for our new contract. So go to the React Remix IDE, and here in the folders, in the artifacts folders, in the dapp.json file, go to the end of this particular file, and in the end you would be getting this ABI. Just copy it from the square brackets to the square brackets. Just copy the ABI and paste it in this particular field, like these constant contract ABI stuff. So let's just paste it and let's save it. Right now we won't be able to see any changes in our React app because we have not created the fields and forms for right now. So let's create a field and let's try to grab the input from the particular blockchain, for the blockchain basically to modify the values. So over here we will be first creating a text box which will be taking the input, and then that input will be stored in a variable of the React only, those use state variables, and then we will be storing we will be modifying the data on the blockchain using that variable. So let's get started. First we will be having an input, and this input will be basically having a name, or we could just have the type of this input which will be text, and yeah, we are good to go now. So let's just close the input tag. Okay, we don't want this tag closing, we will be using this one. And on change, on a particular change, like whenever the text of this particular field gets changed, it needs to call a function, and this function, okay, I just have mess over here. Yeah, now it's fine. And yeah, this particular would be grabbing the this is basically the event, and we will be using dot target dot value, and basically we will be storing this dot target dot value into a constant. Let's say constant t for now. Constant t is equals to dot target dot value, and at the end we will be setting the state. So set name, and this set name would be using a t as the value which we want to set. So let's create our state now. So let's copy the address state only, and we could just create the state this would be the name, because we are grabbing the name value, the thing that we want to modify on the blockchain, and this is set name. So yeah, we are good to go again, and this time what we are gonna check is, after this we want a console.log of name, so that we can see that name has been grabbed very fine or not. And this is type text, so let's just remove this particular bracket, and let's just use the inverted commas. Now let me open the Microsoft Edge. In the React side you can see a blank text box, but let's also specify a placeholder on this text box, so that we know that which value needs to be entered. And let's say that okay, you need to enter the value for name, and now we are good to go. But before moving to this, or let's first have this. So you could see that at the end you will be having the whole data. Now before moving toward our next step, we need to make some changes. First I would like to have a button for this showcase of the upcoming values, because when we will be updating the values, we will be every time calling that button to check that okay, my values are updated or not. So this set function which we called in this metamarks button, let's just remove it from here, and instead of that let's create one more button after the address one. Okay, yeah, this would be a new button, and on click this button, okay, on click of this particular button, I want to call the function this particular function. That's it. And the text which we want to give to the button would be show value. So I guess it's like right now efficient, sufficient basically. So let's try to connect to the wallet. So since our wallet get connected, we had our address printed. Now let's see that what value is stored into our blockchain. So it is showing us hello world. Cool. Now we would be trying to manipulate the value from our React app. This value will be changed every time we had some values over here. So first let's create one more button after the text. This input text would be having one more button, and this particular button would be yeah, on click of this particular button, we will be having a contract call, and to create a contract call we need to grab this contract again. So what I was seeing forward is to create one more state for the contract, and let's say that const this is a contract. So contract and let's have a set contract, and we will be using use state only, and This will be blank in initial time. So yeah, we have created the state. Now in the function, which was set function, where we were creating the first contract address and with the help of address and ABI, here this contract needs to be set to the variable. So set contract will be contract. Now it's good, and instead of printing this contract, this one, we will be printing this, so that we know that our contract state has been set properly or not. So where is my console log, man? Okay. I am searching somewhere else. Yeah, it's over here, and in the console log, let's just paste that particular contract. And we are having some errors, so let's check it out. And here we got an error. Okay, this error is because we have not closed the button, and yeah, now it's closed, and its name of the button is set name. So, after getting the contract, what we wanted was to, on this button click, we want to modify the particular value which we have entered in the text box into our blockchain application, right? So, what we will be doing is we will be grabbing the contract, and we will be creating a transaction. So, let's have tx is equals to, and this would be contract, the small contract dot, and we will be using the set name function which we have created. Let's move to the remix id. So we are calling this function, and this function is taking one parameter also. So the same thing we need to do, we need to call the set name function. Okay, set name only, yeah, set name function, and this needs to be given a parameter which is our name, because the value name is having the modified value of the name which was present on the blockchain. So this line will help us to create a transaction from our particular React application. Now let's just have a save of our particular app, and let's just move to the React application. Let's reload the page. First we will be connecting to our wallet. Once the wallet get connect, let's see the value which is stored in the name variable. Now we will be trying to modify this particular thing. So let's have Newton over here, and let's set a name. Let's call the set name function, and this you could see that it is calling the set name function. It is having a data which is of type string, and the data has been hashed for us, and it is taking something 0.0000585 matic, something like around 59 matic. So let's just confirm our transaction, and once our transaction will be minted, once our transaction gets completed, we could show the value, and click on the button show the value, and it will display Newton instead of hello world. So let's wait for 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, our transaction get confirmed. You could see over here confirm transaction. Now we can again click on this show value button, and this time we will be getting the newest value which we just set. So let's see, and yeah, we got Newton instead of hello world this time. So this was how you could create call a transaction from your React application, and modify the data on the blockchain. So I guess you like this video and learn something new out of it. I hope you would be joining our channel by subscribing to the channel, and don't forget to visit the link in the description, the full stack development link, because from there you could become a full stack developer. Because you could see that in Newton, like in blockchain also, we are using the part of front end application, and we are using React part. So it is a great opportunity if you take that course and become a full stack developer. So thank you for watching.